Now I understand this is a silver game and we have a silver Hecarim versus a silver Bel'veth, but I cannot think of a reason in the universe to be a Dark Harvest Hecarim user. So, with that out of the way, we have Hecarim, we have Bel'veth. Bel'veth, one of the strongest champions you can play on the current patch. Strikebreaker buffs were nuts. Some guy just hit 2000 LP for the first time ever on EU West using Bel'veth. Very few weaknesses, great atomization, and dynamic as hell. You can actually afford to full clear and chill, and then just end up getting a Herald and off you go. Hecarim, on the other hand, his win rate is not so good, but not because Hecarim's bad, because people keep buying the wrong items. Spear of Shojin, my friend. Spear of Shojin. Now, in this particular case, the silver bronze aspect is don't try and reinvent the wheel. Now, I'm not trying to be insulting here, but 99% you don't know what itemization is better than the Challenger mains, the one-tricks, the Eternals, or the data. Data tells you everything. I know Hecarim may struggle to adapt itemization over time, but we all are aware of Phase Rush versus Conqueror, right? We don't need to add Dark Harvest to the mix. Warwick top lane kills Jax, as expected. Bel'veth goes red, Krugs, Raptors full clear, absolutely chilling. Why is this Hecarim not doing the same thing? This is where you get the split in low elo. This is where you see, okay, this guy's gonna be silver for 10 years because he refuses to learn, thinks he knows everything, and is not as good as he thinks he is. Remember, the enemy of progress is arrogance. And then, of course, we have here the Bel'veth sequencing down and absolutely relaxing. Good sequencing, nice sequencing, and before you ask, level 242. So, you know, not exactly, you know, a level 31 account. But the most important thing is, saw, learned, understood, questioned. If you don't understand, ask questions, why? And if you honestly think, hey, look, maybe this is a better way to play the game, why couldn't we do this, you know, say X? If the higher jungler says, oh, wait a second, you're onto something, they will assess it on the merit of the idea. It's just less likely to happen because we're waiting here 10,000 years, you know. I don't know what kind of coaching this guy bought, but it ain't it. And now, if he gets anything from this, I will be... he actually could have stayed. Like, you could have stayed, you could have stayed, you could have stayed, you could have stayed. Yeah, where are you going? And that's why we want Conqueror, right? Because it enables you to stay. Now, the joke with the Warwick. So we have Bel'veth finishing the full clear really, really slowly. And this is the thing, right? 337 onto the scuttle. You have that issue really, really slow. Hecarim gets a kill on the top side. You press tab, you see, okay, cool. You know, that's 12 CS plus whatever he's picking up here in minions. Sorry, 16 CS plus whatever he's picking up in minions. So then he did a full camper with 2 buffs. Who the hell knew that was a thing in this particular meta? Red Raptors, blue Grump is an ult clear, and it doesn't check out. I mean, it checks out as an ult clear, but if you want help implementing this information into your own game, I have a free jungle improvement resource and a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching VOD libraries, weekly coaching classes, Q&As, patch note rundowns, private high elo streams, as well as a private jungle Discord. I've been the go-to jungle YouTuber since 2017. I've coached thousands of clients. I'm a qualified teacher with 15 years experience. I know how to make a course, and I know how to make junglers convert from low elo to gold to emerald to diamond to master plus. If you want to climb faster than anybody you know, jungle diff every game you play, head to virkayu.gg. Don't do it. Now, the only reason I would do this... No, I can't think of one. Because, you know, you would just go red, blue, Grump, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs if you wanted to reverse clear. If you're trying to avoid a shake or invade, doing red, Raptors, blue, it doesn't give you any advantage because you're on the blue, you're level 2, right? Because you're on your 3rd camp and you're level 2. And if you get the blue and they invade you, you're still level 2. And that's the problem. So if you're gonna do this, it's better to go red, Wolves, blue. They invade you. Ah, look, I'm level 3. Now I can actually fight, right? So red, Raptors, blue... I just would never do it, you know? If you want to do a full camp, I just red blue side quadrant. And if you're a full clearing jungler, and you kind of think, hey, look, I'm a duo with this guy, you know, maybe I can't full clear here, just go red Krugs Raptors, cut in, gank the top side. Or if you really want to do a full camp for whatever reason, red, Wolves, Grump, blue, gank top side. At the very least, you get shove, scuttle, mid lane gank, and you can fall down to Raptors, Krugs, and then you've still got a full sequence after you base. But there's no reason in the world to do what this guy did. And in the meantime, the Bel'veth didn't clear really fast enough to full on capitalize. Has a scan out first rotation, which is fine if you plan on ganking, but you can see by the behavior here, you know, no one warded. And also, why would you go this way? You know, you walked into the bush scanning. If you were paying attention to the whole lane state as you were sequencing down, which again, as a silver jungler, bronze jungler, you can still do this. You clear, you focus on your clear, getting better at it, but you can keep your eyes on that minimap, right? And what you would see is they have never left their lane. Like, they've never moved up into the river and come back down. That's when you would see those wards be placed. So the Bel'veth goes on down here, scans, not even hitting this brush, and that's weird because if you scanned here and didn't see the wards in that brush, but that brush was warded, they would see you, and you wouldn't know that they saw you. So just scan the brush if you're going to do it. No need for it, that's why we can keep the warding totem, but in this particular case, with the gank being something you want to do, scan the brush wholly. And when it isn't, now you can relax because the wave is going to be crashing, and we're going to want the wave to actually hit. Zyra moves on down, but doesn't ward. Now she might come and ward. Now she's thinking about going for it. It still doesn't ward. Look at this. This is what you're playing with. Now she moves into the bush, and now you just trap her and kill her. Now, soon as she's in position, honestly, I'd probably go in a little bit sooner. Because at this point, are we likely to get kills here? I don't know. Probably not. But what you could do is Q. Already start auto-attacking, triggering your passive. Wait for Zyra to flash, and hopefully flashes badly that you can actually hit W. You get the Q reset on the Bel'veth, and now you can gap close. And hopefully Bard can follow. Right? So, the gank here is pretty good in terms of like timing and so on, but we're investing so much time into it. We're waiting for the next wave to crash. Now Bard can step up. Let's see what actually goes on here. The angle is definitely better. You know, I'm not saying the angle is worse. See, there you go. You want to use a Q first, wait for the flash, and then save your W. Now you don't have W. Now you've got no way to stop them. You're the only guaranteed CC in the lane, which is why I said here, you just go in this bush, wait for them to move in, start attacking, start attacking, start attacking. Bard will follow you most likely. But at the end of the day, what are we looking for here besides kills? Double flash. We're not necessarily looking for kill threat because Misfortune is up there. We're just looking to get ourselves some absolute free juice. And in the meantime, while this was going on, the Hecarim has pushed top lane out. Jax goes back to the top lane, and we're going to go ahead and gank the Brand in the mid lane. See, you kind of want to posture your E as Hecarim. You don't want to just run in and look, he flashed. You kind of want to, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, force him to flash, and then try and hook him back. But we probably didn't have kill threat either. At this point, the Hecarim should have pressed tab on the Bel'veth and seen that, hey, she has 28 CS, which is a full clear plus scuttle. I'm pretty sure we're going back to base with this taken. Jinx is going to try and cut us off. We watch the Hecarim coming on down, the posturing and showing like he's going to go for the scuttle. Obviously, we missed his kill while I was talking about the Hecarim. That's important to note, but I mean, again, not a big issue. And, you know, don't lazy base you. Just move back into your jungle and go base. There's no reason to sit here. Just go back here and go back to base because you see the Zyra, you see the Hecarim. There's no... Nice kill. I mean, I don't know what the Jinx was doing at all, but there's no reason for us to go and face check this random brush. No base, no HP. I know that Yone's low. I get that Yone's low, but Zyra's there. Misfortune's in lane. Hecarim looked like he was going down. The plant was taken away from us. That's why I like to go back, hit the plant across here. What can I see? If I see nothing, then hey, let's go for this. But it's still a Yone with Q, with E, with, well, the E doesn't really help him at all. But, you know, he's got flash up. Don't coin flip the scenarios. Nice gank to get the flash. Jinx overcommits, we kill her. Cool. Full back, go back to base. And that's it. You know, maybe we can do something top lane again, because... Look, I mean, your Warwick's winning. So snowball this out of base. Boom, boom. Free gank. All right, good. Over. Top lane's over. Probably the way to play it. And then you can fall back to your Krugs and your Raptors and things like that and have a good time. Now, the Hecarim, in the meantime, snagged himself a kill and an assist from his early actions and has decided not to base here. We'll hold this wave. He's getting free experience. Like, the guy is enjoying himself some experience, and Bel'veth is going to most likely do a full second sequence. The guy gets level 5. And I think that speaks to it. You know, if you're in this elo, and you see the Hecarim show top lane 16 CS, at the same time you've done a full clear plus scuttle, and you end up behind him in tempo, with less kills and assists and a death, what were you doing with your time? And I think that's a big question. So if you feel like you got your clear down, not fast, because this was slow, but you know what you're doing clear-wise, you have your game plan, why is this guy with random game plan getting rewarded more than you? Huh? What are you not doing? And that's a question you need to ask on the replay and start, you know, comparing notes and seeing where you could improve. And obviously here we've got quite a few things. 6 minute 39 is where mid lane is, and everyone should be level 6. Yone isn't. That's low elo thing, so you got a bit more of a time frame to actually enact a pre-level 6 gank. We do a full sequence down. Could we go ahead and gank this with the Bard? Yes, I think we should. Right? Jinx has no flash now. We should ping the Bard to come. Ping, Bard. Come, let's go. Let's tunnel in as this wave is pushing again. Low elo Zyrus cannot help themselves. Jinx cannot help herself. Misfortune's in the bad position. You know, let's tunnel through here and kill the Jinx again. It's a free kill, right? And again, Zyrus E has a 12-second base cooldown. It doesn't scale up, but only gets better with haste. So you know that once this is used, you're good to go. A little bit of haste, 11.43. Go for this gank, right? Because we saw the Hecarim mid lane. We know he hadn't base. We see him go up here. If he shows here again, he still hasn't based, right? Let's have a look. Oh, look, press tab, no base. We've based twice. So we're over-basing, whereas he's under-basing, okay? This should be a dead Jinx. Repeat and abuse. Your Bel'veth, you can snowball, you're strong. Why not? You know Hecarim's going up, he's not in the picture. Just go. And if you lose your red or your Krugs for this, who cares? You got a fed Warwick as well. So Bel'veth missing a huge opportunity to do some good damage in the bottom lane. Missing a good opportunity to snowball the Warwick. And against a better jungler, you would lose out. You would really lose out. Hecarim has done his best in this particular case. He's ahead in CS now. This shows you, right? Slow clears, staying out too long, and going back to base. Look at the difference here. You know, Hecarim's coming back in the map. We've no camps available to have respawned yet. You know, we've got downtime. We went Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, and we did it quickly enough that there's a long period of time before the Krugs respawn again. What are you doing with that time? So as a silver jungler, bronze jungler, ask yourself the question. Say you take the second spawn Krug, let's just say hypothetically at 6 minutes, right? You just take it at 6 minutes. Whatever happens, doesn't matter. You take it at 6 minutes. 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And add 2 minutes 15 to that. So from 5 minutes, it would be 7:15. From 6 minutes, it would be 8:15. So you know, if you start taking the Krugs here, and you finish here, and it's 7:30, you've got 45 seconds. Okay, I can do something with that before I base. If it's, 7 minutes, right, and you took it at 6 minutes, you got a lot of time. You got another minute and 15 seconds. What are you going to do with that time? And in this case, I want the Bel'veth to go through the tunnel, make a ganking action, base, and you'll still get back to the Krugs just as they spawn or just after, right? So think about filling that full sequence time with purpose and meaning. And let's pretend those things don't always mean the same thing. They don't always mean the same thing. Purpose and meaning are not perfect synonyms. And we walked to the bottom lane, and now we're like, damn, there you go. See, that was better. That was better. Q into the W. Much better use of that. And again, why did she do this? Because she had time to do it. She had time to do it, but we should have been 6. So this should be true form for us, which means we can force a fight on the dragon. If Hecarim shows up, we kill him. Do be that way. Hello, Hecarim. You just lost your first ult proc, so that's not how we wanted to use that. Bard's going over the wall here, should be able to do something to the Zyra very easily. Her flash is still not yet up. Do we have W available? Yes, we do. Can we use it, please? WE. We're not tracking the timers of the flash. Track the timers of the flash. 5 minutes, right? And if you're unsure about their summon, just 4 minutes 30. Time it, because this should have been a dead Zyra. All you have to do is Q, W, E, suck, and she dies. Maybe an auto attack or two. Maybe another Q. Who the hell knows if you miss your spells? But that should be a dead Zyra. Categorically. So, I don't know if they would have killed Zyra in the first rotation. Sorry, not first rotation, but when I was telling Bel'veth to come down. I don't know if they also would have killed the Zyra. Probably just focused on Jinx. But at least 2 kills lost. Huge, no? 3-1-1 versus 1-1-1. While Hecarim is 1-0-1. 1-1-0-1. And now we have the Yone scouting down, and yeah, see, it's a bit, do we do the dragon? No, you don't do the dragon, because your bard is roaming looking for deets and doots. This misfortune is going to have to go back to base with no mana. Brand is being pushed in here. Yeah, Zyra's low, but she should be dead. There's too many, just go back Blue Grump Wolves. Swap your sequence. Blue Grump Wolves, go back to base, right? We'll have, do we need to base here? No, you don't have to. Honestly, Blue Grump Wolves, you could probably just cut up full clear gank top lane and then do Herald. Or if Hecarim shows bottom lane again, Blue Grump Wolves, cut in and just go straight Herald. Because you should have True Form, that'd be free. But in the case you don't have True Form, you would get it plus fishies. So that's what I would probably look to do in this particular situation. Okay, so now we head on down to the bottom side and we try again once more the gank on the Jinx, but this time she's aware. We have obviously the shadowing down to the bottom side here of the Hecarim, who's really not in this game anymore in terms of how we'd say pressure, if we were to summarize everything that Bel'veth could have done versus what she did do. You kind of think, by the way we've been speaking, that the Hecarim's not in the game. And then you look at it, dude, it's actually up 17 CS, has the same KP, right? 1 less death, and actually it's rangeable gold. So for me, that's Bel'veth has made this mistake in not capitalizing what you could have done. You want to use this as E, which means he is going back from whence he came. We're going to go back to the mid lane here. The flash is up again for the brand, which means we're not ganking enough in between. Warwick says, yo, I'm going to ult from the river. Going to do a little bit of a fear here, try and kill this guy, which we do. Bel'veth is not rotating to this because you look at it, you go, is there a high probability of success if I do? Yes, no, and if there isn't, you don't. And then instead, we're just going to go and do the scuttle. I respect that, honestly. Like, I honestly think that's a fine decision. Let them play. Go ahead and snack the stuff that's actually important to help you win, right? To help you win games, which is objectives. And you can say it like that, or you can just say it like a normal human being. Up to you. See, this is what I don't get by the Hecarim, right? Dies, respawns, knows you're doing this. Why contest it? Just give it up and leave it. Absolutely. Go topside, take the Herald immediately. Because currently you have, it was a little loud for me, and the pings are not good. Currently you have the Jax with top lane prior because Warwick spent an eternity mid lane satiating his eternal hunger. Go Herald. Snowball something, anything in this game, and you can actually win it. So Bel'veth, while she does, mechanics leave a lot left to be desired. The thing is, most people start to not recommend Bel'veth in low elo just because while she is easy to play mechanically, there are a lot of little idiosyncrasies with your Qs and your spacing and you know, understanding how to and when to use your spells. I think it's a timing issue, right? And then most importantly, you have to hit them correctly. Like a lot of low elo players will Q from ability and forget it does damage, and they don't really trigger the passive properly to get that true damage rolling, right? So kind of adds up in terms of, hey, I'm missing my W, I'm not understanding what the enemy champion's going to do, so I don't know when to avoid it with my Q, I don't use my E properly and I get interrupted, right? Little things like that, but I do think it's not that difficult mechanically. You guys can execute on it, you just need to slow down with Bel'veth. Slow down and understand, hey, they have flash, I can QQW. Hey, they have no flash, I can afford to W up front. Hey, my Q gets reset in the same direction when I W, so I can actually use it to open, gap close, and then hit my W. Think a little bit. Slow down. Slow down. Do small. So the Hecarim, again, I think he should have absolutely got this. And now because the Bel'veth has snacked those kills, snacked the dragon, which is a huge dragon for her, by the way, snacked the Herald, and we've got the plates that we can activate as we watch the mid lane a little bit, we're in a really good position to snowball the game out of control. So let's see if she does do that. Hecarim, in the meantime, decides to full clear and chill, because, I mean, what else is he going to do in this particular moment? Crashing top lane. Always a good diving opportunity, but it is a Jax, so maybe a little less so, although Warwick can kill him. Didn't even think about ganking. Let's see. We saw the ward, no need to scan. See, that's what I'm saying, right? The Warwick ults when he can be interrupted, which is what Bel'veth do with their E, and now the Warwick should, in theory, die for a little leap strike bonk from the Jax. We use the Herald in the mid lane, great stuff, and bottom lane is now snowballing despite the fact that we ganked it, which is why when we gank it, we need to really gank it, right? 1 good gank, 2 good ganks, snowball that sucker. Hecarim is on the top side, and now it comes down to the mid lane. We know this is most likely going to happen, and the big thing here for us is we activate the Herald, right? We have fishies, right? Go, 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 stay, stay. Keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting, keep hitting. Right? Keep going. You've got 2 Qs. You don't have to use them. Just stick to the edge where you can actually avoid any sort of ult and stuff like that. And you can just Q outside. And like, there's no reason to not hit this and take this. Because you know Hecarim's topside. You know he's going to come down. You want the Brand to detach. You and Brand want to go and gank bottom lane together. So take this, move on down, and gank this together. Fist it. Don't leave free turrets on the map. Brand is not going to do anything. He's a mage. So we should have taken it. Because when we do take it, Brand is with us. We do get it, but at the expense of Brand's life. You see? Very important. Now we're going to go to the bottom side again. Now we can obviously just do that, and it should be pretty straightforward here. There we go. E-suck double kill. We always take the kills for ourselves. We do enjoy. Hecarim now goes down and has lost his red. Instead, he's going to see these low people, and he's going to... Does he get kills here? Let's see. He should. He should get something. Yep. How do we avoid that as Bel'veth? Shove the wave with your team. Use the fish. Go down. We still had plates up. Try and get the plates rolling. She's quitting on plays too soon. It's going to cost her in higher elos, and then this elo might not. But the Hecarim is still getting fed when he shouldn't. Well, that was fun. Hello, sir. Can I interest you in some death? You know what I mean? Too soon on the E, out of range on the E, not using Qs to their full potential, not saving your Ws for 100% the best moment, yada yada yada. Now we're going in for the steal, and you can look at the map and you're saying to yourself, no, right? You'd be correct, because this is not where you want to be. La-da-dee, la-da-do. I don't want to be here with you. Let me leave. Goodbye. And now this guy's pushing mid lane. Now blue team are going to goon squad. The most important thing for me is that the Hecarim is actually a level up on the Bel'veth. Won't be by much, but gold-wise is down 900. So that's added up. Now the Bel'veth has spent all of this time looking for a Krug camp, instead of basing, spending 2,100 gold and coming down for the second dragon. So again, wasted dragon opportunity potentially, but Brand decides to die for the team. So that we can maybe give up the dragon, and everyone is low, so they go back to base, alright. Low elo things are happening, ladies and gentlemen. Low elo things are happening. We'll skip forward a little bit. Posturing, out of position, don't care. Free dragon for us. Everyone just coin flips these fights. Bel'veth, just finish the dragon. No need to go for these home runs. Just finish the dragon. Just finish the dragon. Get your true form again. Hecarim dies. Warwick dies. See, now you would kill the bottom lane. Now you see the Jax on the top side. I'm actually curious, because if you look at the game, how would you win this? And this is where Bel'veth is why I recommend her for this elo, because mechanically, it teaches you a lot about sticking to a target, using your abilities in the right way, using damage mitigation when you cannot be interrupted, but it also teaches you a lot about what enemy champions do such that you can avoid their spells with your kit, and obviously teaches you a lot about continuous DPS and really pushing the limits of what your champion can do, and then getting resets in fight. So you might have a bit of negativity as you learn initially, but it's really good. It's a really good champion for that kind of stuff, and most importantly, it teaches you a lot about macros. So let's have a look here. Whole bunch of stuff happens, moving around the map, and we're gonna go for the second Herald. This is critical. You look at the map, 250 brand. Herald is snacked by Hecarim, not even thinking about it. Just before the Baron, huge, actually. We take that. There we go. QQWE, suck you. Refresh on the beautiful true form. Not that we needed it, we just got it. Now you're gonna go ahead and chase the Jinx. Do we have a smite to use? No, we don't. She's gonna hit the plant. Do we have another one? We do. But I think we're over chasing at this point. Why? Because this is happening. And then Hecarim's trying to make a play. There we go. We'll get that one up. Guy will just go over the wall. Haha. See? This is where Stride Breaker first helps you a lot more than Kraken Slayer, which is why people do that. Hecarim died. Of course he did. Hello, can I help you? And everyone's saying, well, didn't you say Hecarim was broken? Yeah, but the guy's running Duskblade. This is what I'm talking about. Why are you running the item you're not meant to be running? Just go to websites. They're free. Copy the high elos and ask questions. But most importantly, what you'll notice with the high elos mains on their champions, what you'll notice is that, you know, you'll have different philosophies on what to build. But you will see when an item is truly terrible that they don't build it. And Duskblade is awful now. Don't do it. I mean, you can have success with it, but Shojin and Gore Drinker and Stride Breaker just do so much. You can do the same amount of damage, but become an absolute unkillable monster. When you go Duskblade against a comp like this, a Brand Misfortune, a Bard, a Bel'veth, all they have to do is peel you, and you're super squishy, right? And easy, look at this. With Stride Breaker, with Gore Drinker, Gore not against his comp, Stride Breaker, but with Shojin and Stride Breaker, this is much easier. With Black Cleaver, it's much easier. Mortius, Spirit Visage Hell, you can do that. Sterix Gauge, and you can go in and do those plays and get the kills and survive. So itemization does hold people back when they play like that. Because he's just running at them with Duskblade, but he's an assassin. He's so far away from his team, he doesn't have the opportunity to do anything. So we'll fall back. Hecarim basically, this game was fine, and Hecarim just threw it away. Hecarim threw this game away. We take the dragon, we come out of base again. Now we have Wit's End. So funny. Okay, Jax is not just pushing with the Hecarim. Mana Moon Duskblade build on this patch. Goodness gracious, this is 13.18 as well. Just shove. Honestly, I would just be shoving. Just be shoving with the fish, with the wave, waiting for that. Pushing the wave out. Pressure here. You got a whole bunch of people dead. Push, 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 push. You can probably push harder with the Bel'veth here, and you can probably go ahead and do this. Now, I know that the Jax is low and stuff like this, but the kill does nothing. They get this. It's great. You know, but what if you could have taken the inhib? And now you can all go base together, kumbaya, and go do the Baron. You can do the Baron anyway, probably now. Because Bar just got buffed. So his W now actually is 5 seconds for full charge. And he can have 2 stacked, right? He can have 2 stacks of this, basically. So you can just double tap it. But yeah, free Baron anyway. It's good that, you know, given she was there, do the Baron, right? Should she have necessarily been there? One could argue probably not. But this is the play. We now have Baron. We are so far ahead. And this is why people hate the Bel'veth, because once you reach 3 items here, once you have Kraken, once you have Stridebreaker, what's the end in this particular build? I like it. I like the full damage builds, man. Don't need the tank mythic at all. Oh, look, the assassin Hecarim has arrived. Oh, no. If only we could kill... Oh, right, he's dead. Good. Now, if you're Stridebreaker, you might have been able to kill everybody. That's what I'm saying. Okay? So it seems like a pretty straightforward... It doesn't seem straightforward, because the Bel'veth isn't doing what she should. She should be cutting down here and catching this wave and pushing this in here and here. But push, 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 push. Why? 2 dead. Yone's going to come down, you just kill him. Someone else comes down, you just kill them too. Your team pushes this with Baron, double inhib. Everyone rotates up and either does this and ends, bases and does this and ends, or just ends in the moment. But the crucial thing is your team are fine, is 2 dead, kite down, take this wave, kill the Yone. If Jax jumps in your team, he jumps in your team, Warrior can cover it. Most important thing about this Bel'veth here is waves, right? We're missing waves. Look at this. Push the map in with waves, push a bit more with your fish. You know, you're getting too caught up in the PvP killing, and it's going to cost you in higher elo games. It'll be fine to get out of silver and get to gold, but like this should be here. This wave should be crashing. You should have double waves of supers. Again, the Hecarim plays the all assassin build that goes in here. You cannot do that, my friend. Die. And it looks like the blue team, despite the terrible macro there by the Bel'veth and so on, and that kind of stuff, decided they didn't want to win and just ran it down. The Hecarim ran it down. Hecarim cannot blame anybody. He will type in Discords that he was 10, 8, and 3. Look at top, look at mid, look at ADC. You watching this game knew that the Bel'veth had inting brand, inting ADC, and that the Hecarim did gank mid lane a lot. We saw it. But he just ran it down with the wrong build. So, for all your Virkayu.gg needs, Virkayu.gg, had that stuff up for jungle courses, access to coaching class. We just did a 90-minute coaching class. We do it weekly. We have passionate rundowns, and we had Briar, whatever, rundowns and things like that. And that's game. So, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, share, blow a balloon. See you in the next one.